Hello again, everyone, and welcome to today's live stream. I hope you're all well. So, I would like to say hi again, and if you're watching, please leave me a message in the comments area, okay? Just say hi or anything. So for today, we'll be looking at another topic, which is vocabulary or words in English, okay? So we're doing a quiz where you will learn new English words and you will look at words which are easily confused, okay? Oh, there's a comment. Okay, hello JJN, thank you for joining in. So today, if you have just joined, we are going to be doing an English quiz on English vocabulary, all right? So there will be questions and you have to choose which word is correct for the blank. Now, the challenge is that each one, even though there are two choices to each question, but the words in each sentence for each question will be quite similar. So you have to think carefully, okay? These are words which are easily confused to users. Okay, so hello again, everyone. If you have just joined, today we'll be focusing on English vocabulary. Remember that if you know more words, if you know more phrases in English and you can use them correctly, you score better when you do tests like TOEFL, IELTS, and TOEIC. And when you read, you understand more. When you listen to someone speaking, you also understand more. And you can speak and write better as well. So vocabulary is a very important thing, okay? Anyway, I hope you can all hear me well. If I speak too fast, please tell me. Okay, if I go too slow, please also tell me. And if the sound or the picture isn't clear, please tell me in the comments as well. All right, so, okay, I think we are ready. And like always, our language for teaching will be totally in English today because, you know, when you learn English, the best way is, of course, to learn with English language itself. So you get to practice your listening as well, okay? Okay, is everyone ready? Type ready if you're ready. Okay, I think everyone is ready now. So let's get to our first sentence. So here is the sentence. I hope it's on the screen for everyone now. So I want you to choose from A or B which word is best for this blank. Okay, just a moment. Okay, so which word is the best for this blank? Do you think A or B? Okay, I'll give you some time to read the sentence and decide. As you can see, the words here are quite similar. Okay, that's why I want to practice this with you so that you'll be able to differentiate these two words, these pairs of words correctly. All right. Looks like we have one answer for now from Par. So B, okay. You think the answer is B. What about, here's another one from JJN. Okay, thank you for your answer, B. All right, so any more guesses? It's okay if you're wrong or right, because today I'm sure you will learn more words, all right? Now, before I give you the answer, let's look at the meaning of this sentence first, okay? It says what they wrote. So what here, in this usage, it's like the thing, okay? So I'll just write it here. The thing. And then that's actually that or which, but it's not stated, it's not written in this sentence, okay? The thing that they wrote, so this group of people maybe wrote is of course the past of write, right? Okay, comes from write, and then something that you are wrong. So you as the listener or the reader are wrong. So you're not right about maybe something, okay? That's the meaning of this sentence. All right, so let's look at the answer. So we have two people who answered B. Now, the correct answer to this question is actually A, implies. Okay, right? So I'll tell you the meaning. So implies comes from imply, like this, all right? While infers, of course, comes from the word infer. So these two words, all right, seem quite similar because, by reading these two words, I think many of you will think that, okay, it's about something that you might not know directly or something like that. Okay, so for imply, the first one, imply means like an indirect meaning. Okay, so maybe you say something, but in that sentence that you are saying, there is also a hidden meaning. So you're trying to imply, okay? You're not saying something directly. On the other hand, infer is a bit different, all right? So infer is like, maybe you have read something and then you try to come to a conclusion or have an opinion, okay? But it's kind of like guessing because maybe you don't have enough information, okay? So if you don't have enough information and you have to come to a conclusion or you have to guess, then that's inferring, okay? So that's why for this sentence, we say imply because we want to say that the thing that this group of people wrote, right? The thing that this group of people wrote wants to say to you indirectly that you are wrong. That's why we say imply, okay? It's to say something indirectly. We don't say infer because infer is like to summarize something from the information that you have, okay? Now, let's move on to the second sentence. Okay, here is our second sentence and two choices. I'll give you some time, all right? And okay, thank you for the wave, Sakura, and thank you for joining in. Don't forget to type your answer, okay? Just have a guess if you're not sure. So now we are at question 2. What do you think is the best for this blank? This blank. I'll give you some time. Any guesses? So we are talking about, okay, we have one answer. Thank you, Sakura, Princess Lee. So you think the correct answer is A. And we have another answer from Papa Tra, who said B. Okay, so one of you must be correct for sure. Anyway, thank you for the answer. Any more answers from those who are watching right now? Okay. Okay, so from Kun Dongkamon Lawyer, you said A. All right. And what else? Penchai Rakti also said A. All right. That's great. Now, thank you for all your answers. Let's now look at our sentence. So it says the school something. So something here in the blank belongs to the school. Okay, the thing that we need to write in the blank belongs to the school. And this thing spoke. So this comes from what? Speak, right? To what? To the pupils. Okay. Does anyone know what does the word pupil mean? A pupil is like a student, but we use pupil to refer to like, students who are quite young, like maybe primary school students, we say pupils, okay? Right, so now we know the meaning of the sentence. We are saying that something in the blank which belongs to the school spoke or said something to the young students or the pupils. So what's the best answer? Is it principle like this or principle like this in B? And we have some answers already. So let's show the answer for this question now. Okay, so the correct answer to this question is actually B, all right? So those who answered B, congratulations, all right? Now, why is it B? Well, B, principal with PAL like this, means the head teacher of that school, all right? You know, the biggest teacher who leads the school is called the principal with AL, all right? So we say the school principal spoke to the pupils. So the head of the school said something to the young students. That's why we say principal like this. How about A? A, it's also pronounced principal, but it ends with what? LE, right? This is different because principle like this, in the case of A, means like a set of ideas or belief, okay? Maybe like rules for doing something or ideas, main ideas of something, of maybe a policy, right? That's principle with LE. But principle with AL, that's the head of the school. So the most appropriate answer is, of course, B, okay? But thank you everyone for joining in because, you know, it is okay if you're right or wrong at this time. At least now you know the meanings and you will get it right. You use these words correctly when you are in a test. All right, so are you ready for the next one? Okay, so this is our next sentence. What do you think is the correct answer for this blank? Is it A, ferment, or B, foment? See, these two words are quite similar. I'll give you some time to think. And for those who are watching right now, if you are enjoying this live video, please give me likes or loves or anything, all right? And if you think it is helpful for other people, please also help me by sharing this live stream, because by having more people knowing more about this, okay, then more people will also get to learn English, okay? So if you like it, press like. If you really enjoy it, also share this live stream. I would be grateful. All right, so we have one guess here from Par. So A, okay, so she thinks the correct answer is A. That's a good guess, but I'll keep the answer to myself for now. I'll give you the answer in a moment. Any more guesses? Come on, have a guess. Is it A, ferment, or B, foment? What's the best word for this sentence, for this blank? Okay, so before I give you the answer, let's look at the meaning of this sentence. Oh, we got B from Napat. Okay, thank you, Napat. So your answer is B. I'll tell you the answer in a moment, but thank you for participating. Okay. Sakura Princess Lee said A, all right, and Sivanon of Art, okay, A of Art. Sivanon said B. Okay, what else? We have B from Dongkamon Lawyer, and also A from Pui Ladda. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Okay, thank you for participating. If you have an answer, if you come up with an answer, just keep typing them in the comments area, all right? But before we move on, before we show the answer, let's look at the meaning first. So it's talking about the group, okay? So the group is like, you know, maybe a group of people. In this case, whoops. So the group was accused. If someone is accused, you know, another group, another person said that this first person did something wrong. So here, the sentence shows us that this group here was accused. So another group. So let's say this is group A, okay, and this is group B. So group B said that group A did something wrong. That's accused, okay? So anyway, group A was accused of trying. To try doing something is to attempt, okay? And something, and then violence. So what is the meaning of violence? Does anyone know? Violence. Okay, so violence is like, when you do something to damage another thing or hurt someone, okay, that's violence. When you destroy things, when you break things, that's violence. So here, this sentence wants to show us that this group A, was accused, okay, was charged with trying to do something with violence, so to use force, okay? Now, let's look at the answers. We have A, which is ferment. What does ferment mean? Ferment, as a verb here, is like when you make food, right? If you ferment, you put that food maybe in a jar or like, I don't know, in a wooden box or something and leave that food for a long time to make everything mix and like so that there is chemical reaction. So for example, when you put grape in like a big barrel and you leave that grape inside for maybe a year or more, that's called fermentation, and the verb is ferment. Okay, so to ferment is to put food in maybe like a place or a state so that a chemical reaction happens and changes that food to make it maybe tastier. Okay, that's ferment. What about foment? Foment means to incite or to start. Okay, so that's why the best answer for this one is B, right? Foment, not ferment, because here we want to say that this group was charged with trying to incite, all right, I'll write incite down, incite or to start violence, okay? So this group maybe like said something to someone that they should, break things. That's trying to foment or trying to incite or trying to start violence, okay? So the best answer, like what I've just said, is B, foment, okay? The group was not trying to change the property of a food, so it's not ferment, all right? So anyone who answered B, that's correct. And A, if you answered A, that's okay. Now you know the meanings. Let's move on to the next sentence. All right. So I think that's sentence number 4, right? Okay, so have a guess. What's the best answer to this one? This is our 4th sentence. We have 10 today, by the way. Yes. Congratulations, Kunapat. Yes, you chose the right answer. That's great. Have a go at this one. What do you think is the best answer for the blank? Okay, we have the first guess from Papatra, A. Okay, so you think continually is the correct answer. Any other guesses? What do you think is the best answer? Okay, I'll give you some help. So I will explain the sentence to you. So it says here, it is the longest. Longest means like, the longest period of time. Okay. Something inhabited comes from inhabit, right? Means to live in. So this is a settlement. A settlement is like a place where a group of people come together and maybe they build houses and live as a community. Okay. So it can be a village or maybe a small town. That's a settlement in the region. So a region is like a large area. All right. Large area. So here it's trying to say that this settlement has been inhabited. So people live in this settlement, which may be a village or a town, and the period of time is longest. So probably is trying to say that this place with houses with people has many people living together, and then something something, and then probably longest time. All right, so what do you think is the answer? Can I have some more answers, please? Is it A or B? What do you think? Okay, we have one more answer from Kun Dongkamon Lawyer. You said A. Okay, thank you for your answer. Any more answers before we move on? Okay, let's now look at the meanings of the two choices. The first one, so sorry again. Okay, so the first one is what? Continually. Continually means repeatedly. Repeatedly. What does repeatedly mean? Well, it means something happens again and again and again and again, okay? How about B? Continuously. If something happens continuously, it means without stopping. Without stopping. So, to recap, continually is repeatedly, again and again and again, while continuously is without stopping. You know, just when you start something, if you do something continuously, it means you do it without stopping. So, now you know the meanings of these two words. What's the best answer? Well, for this one, the correct answer is B, continuously. I'll explain a little bit why. If we say continually, or choice A, that's repeatedly. So, you know, something that happens once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and so on. But it doesn't mean that that thing happens all the time, okay? So it maybe happened first time and stopped, second time and then it stopped, third time stopped, and then fourth time and then it stopped. But we choose continuously because it means once something started, then what? It happens, you know, without stopping, okay? So I think, yes, so it's B, that's right, don't come on. So that's okay, you know, that's a good guess. But now I think you must surely know the meaning. So that's great. All right, so that's why we use continuously, because we want to show that this settlement, maybe this village, has people living inside it for a long time, actually longest time in this area without stopping. So there must at least be one person in this settlement for a long time without stopping. That's why we choose continuously, okay? Continually is just repeatedly, but not all the time. So maybe start, stop, but continuously is like start and then keep going on without stopping. So we say B, all right? Let's now go to our fifth sentence. All right, this is our fifth sentence. So what's the best answer for this one? What do you think? What's the best for this blank? Any guesses? Is it flouted or flaunted? Any guesses? A or B? Have a guess. Have a go. Okay, we have two answers. So from Par, you said A, and Nopado. Okay, Kun Nopadon. Okay, so thank you for your answer A. Right, that's a good answer. I will tell the answer in a moment. Any more guesses? Okay. let's change up something. I'll tell you the meaning of each choice first, and then maybe you now know the answer. Okay, and we have A from Duongkamon. All right. And what's this? I accidentally pressed it. I can't see it. Sorry. Maybe it's a sticker. All right. So anyway, we have 3 A's. Now let's look at the meaning of each word. Let's start with flouted. So flouted comes from what? Flout. If you flout, what does that mean? Does anyone know? It means, if you flout, which is a verb, it means you directly or intentionally try to break maybe a law, a rule, or maybe a custom. Okay, a custom is like something which many people do for a long time from the past up until now, and if you flout it, it means you don't follow, you try to break that custom. So to recap, flout is like to not follow, to deliberately not follow, or to break something. What about flaunted? Flaunted comes from flaunt. If you flaunt, it means you try to show something like deliberately. You know, maybe you have, how do I say it? A nice handbag. You have a nice handbag and it's very beautiful and expensive, and you want everyone to know that you have a nice handbag. What do? You take a picture and you post it on Instagram, on Facebook, right? And you show it to everyone. That's called flaunt, all right? Flaunting in this case. So if you flaunt, it means you want to show something so obviously so that everyone sees that thing. Okay, so from Duongkamon, that's a good question. Thank you. And we have another answer from Sivanon A of Art A. All right. So we have already looked at the meanings of these words. So let's review the answer. Of course, the answer is what? Is A, right? Flout, not flaunt, because here in the sentence it says the youngsters or the young people, they, okay, not flaunted, flouted the law. Why? They broke the law, and as a result, they were arrested. They had to go to the police station, right? It's unlikely that they flaunted the law. Why would they like show off their law, the law, right? So it's not flaunt, it's flout. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, what about this one, this sentence? What's the best answer for the blank? Okay, we have the first guess, B. Okay, so Papa Tra said B. Any other guesses? Okay, from Annie KT, you said A. Okay, thank you for participating. Okay, any more answers before we review more details about this sentence? Okay, so now I will tell you the meaning of each choice. Okay, so we have another answer from Duongkamon. You said A. All right, thank you for joining. Let's go on to the words. So insured. Insured comes from insure. It's the same as to make sure. To ensure or to make sure. Okay, it's the same thing, like to make sure that something is correct and not wrong. Maybe you have to, like if you go and you do a test, right? If you want to ensure that you wrote the answer correctly, you ensure or you make sure by maybe reading the question again and then think about the answer again. That's called ensure or make sure. What about insured? This comes from insure. So to insure is to what? To insure is to, have an insurance. So maybe like if you have a car, when you have a car, you need to have an insurance, right? if you don't have an insurance, when you have an accident, what happens? You have to pay everything, and it's against the law as well. So to insure is to have some kind of contract with maybe a company that will pay you money when something happens. So now we have an answer from JJNB. Okay, thank you for joining. So this is a viewer from YouTube. And Sushita, you said A. Okay, so let's go back. Like what I've said, insured A is like to make sure something happens correctly, while B, insure, is to have an insurance in case something bad happens. So what do you think is the best answer to this sentence and question? Well, the correct answer is B. All right. So insured. Why? Let's go back and read our sentence. So unfortunately, okay, we use unfortunately to talk about, something negative, something bad, okay? Unfortunately, the warehouse was not insured against flooding. So a warehouse is something which it's a place, actually, a place where you store, where you place your things. Maybe you sell, like, for example, you sell mobile phone cases. And if you have so many mobile phone cases, then you will need a warehouse to store all of those things while you're not selling them yet, okay? And here it says, unfortunately, so negatively, this warehouse was not insured against what? Against flooding. So it's probably this place, this warehouse, this building was flooded. Lots of water came into the warehouse, and unfortunately, the owner didn't have an insurance against flooding. So like they didn't get paid from another company in case of flood, right? So that's why the best answer here is actually B, okay? So we have another guess A here, but the correct answer is B. So congratulations, JJN, for choosing B. That's the correct answer. We say insured in this case. The place, the building was not insured against flooding, okay? Next one. Okay, I think I have a couple more sentences, so please join in. Now, for those who have just joined in, I would like you to choose whether A or B is the best word for the blank in each sentence, okay? So what's the answer to this one? What's the best answer? Any guesses? We have these two words here, and I want to tell you that they are pronounced exactly the same, which is hoard, and it's a plural, so we say hoards, okay? A is hoards, B is also hoards, but the meanings and the spellings are obviously different. What do you think? So we have one answer, A from Par, all right. So we have A. Any more answers? What do you think? What do you think is the answer to this question? Okay, should I help you? Do you want to know the meaning of the sentence, or do you want to know the meanings of the words first? Okay, we have another A from Jongkamon. All right, thank you for contributing. Okay, shall we look at the meanings of these words first, because they're so similar? Okay, so what's this? One more comment. Also, Pa is not sure about the meaning. All right, that's okay. I will tell you right now. So let's begin with hoards. Choice A. Okay, I'm not saying this is correct or not. Hoards is a plural, so it comes from the word hoard. Okay. Hoard, spelled like this in choice A, means a large group of people. All right, so I'll write it down. A large group of people. Okay, so that's a horde. What about hordes like this? So this is also plural. A singular form would be horde. The singular form would be horde without the S. Okay, so horde in B is like a secret storage. Like when you keep or you store something inside a place, maybe like in a secret room and you lock it, or maybe in the basement, under your house, that's like a horde, the B horde. While for the A horde, that's a large group of people. Okay, so A horde, large group of people. B horde is like a secret place where you keep many things. So now you know the meanings of the choices. What is the answer to this question? Okay, so we have another A here. Okay, what else do we have? Come on. I'm sure you now have a better guess at this sentence. What do you think? Any more answers? Okay, let's look at the answer. So the best answer to this question is what? Oh, look, we have one more answer. So from Wasan, okay, so you said A as well. So we have lots of A's. And yes, A is the correct answer. If we go back to the sentence, we can see that A is the best because it says what? There were hordes of concert goers inside the stadium. We want to say that there were what? Concert goers or people who goes to a concert, when there is a live music playing, that's a concert, right? So these people are going to a live music event. So we can say they are concert goers. And we say hordes of concert goers to tell the reader or the listener that there were many or lots and lots of people who were going to watch a concert or live music. And these concert goers are where? They are inside the stadium. So a stadium is what? A stadium is a place where we normally, hold sports events, okay? Like maybe football and, maybe baseball, cricket, whatever, that's a stadium. But stadiums can also be used for other events like a concert. So this sentence tells us that the stadium is used for a concert, and inside it, there were many people who went to see the live music. There were many concert goers. So if you want to say many concert goers, we use hordes, as in the spelling in choice A, because we want to say many people, okay, not like a secret storage of items. So A is the correct answer. I hope this explanation is clear enough. All right, let's look at some more. I think you have 2 or 3 more sentences. Okay, help me. So what's the best answer to this sentence? What is the word for the blank? And for those who have just joined in, we are learning vocabulary. We're looking at an English vocabulary quiz, and I want you to choose the best answer for each blank in each sentence. Okay, if you like this live stream, don't forget to press like, and also if you think it is helpful for someone, don't forget to share it. Okay, so what's the answer? What do you think is the answer? Okay. Come on, have a guess. Either A or B. What's the best for this blank? Okay, we have three answers. So we have A, but not sure, and we have B. Okay, thank you for participating. Now this one is kind of like a phrase, all right? So I will explain the whole thing at the same time, okay? So let's look at the sentence first. We say the student, so someone who is still learning or studying, maybe at a school or in a university, okay? He or she something over the book. So the student did something to the book. Why did this student do something to the book? Well, he or she was trying to remember. Remember, when you are studying for a test, you try to remember all the details for the test, right? Everything. So he or she was trying to remember everything in the book. Maybe the student has a test the next day or something, okay? And we have more answers. So we have B from Kristana and also maybe A from Dongkamon. Okay, thank you for all of your answers. Right, so now we know the meaning of this sentence. The student was doing something with the book to remember all the information, all the details inside that book. We have poured like this, and we have poured. These two words happen to be pronounced the same way. So the correct answer here is actually B. Okay, so we say poured over. Poured over. It's like a phrasal verb here. If you pour over something, okay, we always use this structure. Pour over and then something. If we pour over something, it's like you pay all of your attention, you focus on that thing. So the student poured over the book. This means the student looked and read the book, intently with lots of focus, because he or she wanted to remember all the information in that book. So we say the student poured over the book with this spelling. On the other hand, pour, like this, is like, when you pour water from like a jug. Okay, so if a jug and then you pour water maybe into a glass, that's the first pour, the A pour. Okay, but for the B one, it's more like a phrase. So we can't use A because the student obviously was not, pouring maybe some liquid, okay, but he or she was trying to study the book. So we say B is the correct answer. Okay, so, I got it, thanks, yes. So I'm glad that my explanation is clear to you. Okay, so let's go back to our sentences. I think there are two more. This one, okay. So I'll give you a hint. This one is also a phrase, okay? It's a phrase, so you can't just translate one word. To choose the correct answer, you need to think it as a phrase. So what do you think is the answer to this blank, to this question? Any guesses? So is it in one fell swoop or is it in one foul swoop? What do you think? She finished her homework in one fell swoop or she finished her homework in one foul swoop? Which one sounds better? The one that sounds better is probably the correct answer. Okay, we have A. Thank you for your answer. So Kristana says, in one fell swoop. Any more guesses? Okay, from Dongkamon, A as a guess. Okay, and Watson said one foul swoop. Okay, thank you for your contribution. Any more? Okay. Yes, this may be a bit more challenging than other sentences because, It requires your knowledge of phrases. Too hard. Okay, I will make it easy for you. Let's now look at this sentence together, all right? So let's start with the sentence itself. It says, she finished her homework. So this person finished, so she completed. Completed, or she did her homework. Obviously, homework is something you get from school and you have to go back to your house and you do it and then you hand it in to the teacher or the lecturer sometime later, right? Okay, so this person, she completed, she finished, she did her homework in one swoop. Okay, so I'll go back to the words first to show you why you can't just, look it up in the dictionary. So we have fell. What does fell mean? Fell is like the first thing that comes to mind for the word fell is, the past for fall, right? The past for fall. So something fell down, something is lying on its side, that's fell. How about foul? Something foul is bad or wrong or unpleasant, okay? Bad, wrong, or unpleasant. Unpleasant, okay. So which one is appropriate? Is it foul, which means bad, or fell, which is the past of fall? Well, like what I've said, this is a phrase. So the correct answer is actually A. So congrats to those who answered A, okay? She finished her homework in one fell swoop. If you do something in one fell swoop, what does that mean? It means you did it in one go, in one sitting. So maybe like you got home right now and you started doing, you finished without taking a pause, you finished it without taking a break. That's called one fell swoop. Okay, so this is a phrase. That's why I said you can't just like look the word fell up in the dictionary and make any sense of this sentence, okay? So we don't say in one fell swoop because that's not the phrase, first of all. And secondly, we don't, foul is like bad or wrong. So that meaning itself would not really make sense with the sentence. So we say she finished her homework in one fell swoop. So as you can see, fell in this case does not mean fall as in lying on its side or anything, okay? We say it because it's a phrase. It's just a part of a phrase, which means in one go. So in one fell swoop is the same as in one go. You start doing it, you don't stop until you finish, okay? Just remember this whole thing as a phrase, okay? Not just a single word. And yes, we got a couple of correct answers. Yes, Kun Dong Kamon, congratulations, you got the correct answer. Okay, let's look at our last sentence for today. So this is the last one. Before we begin, okay, here's the question. We have two choices which are very, very similar, and the meanings are quite similar as well. So we have the first one, A, it's pronounced something like loaf, okay, but B has a bit of a longer sound, so it's like loaf, okay. So is it A, loaf, or B, loaf? What do you think is the answer to this question? Any guesses? All right, so for those who have just joined in, is it loaf, A, or loaf, B? Okay. So sorry, but there is no choice. C. Is it A or B? Okay. Have a go. I know it's a new word. These words may be new, but yes. Okay, we have B from Yakuza Phone. Okay, thank you for answering. Any more guesses? Okay, we have B and it's a guess. Okay, thank you. Let's look at the sentence first, shall we? So I am something. Spend. To spend is to use, right? And in this case, to use what? All of this money. So maybe I just got some money and I something to spend, to use at once. So maybe I want or I don't want to use this money all at once. If we use something all at once, it means we use them at that time and not save it for another time or for something else, okay? If I got $1,000 maybe, and I used it for a laptop, then I used it all at once. But if I only use 500 and I save another 500, it means I didn't use it all at once. So here, to spend something all at once means to use everything at that time without saving it for another time or another use, okay? We have A from Wasan. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now we know the meaning of this, well, the approximate meaning of this sentence. Do we have any more guesses? Is it A or B? Is it A, loathe, or B, loathe? Oh, right. We have a nice explanation from EM Energy. So he said loathe is an adjective. So he would go for A. Okay, thank you. Let's show the answer. So the answer is yes, it's A. Okay, loathe, the short pronunciation. Why? Because it is an adjective. On the other hand, B, loathe, is a verb. So even though you don't know the meanings of these two words, if you know grammar a bit, you have to say A, because here we have am, right? And am comes from what? Comes from B. Okay, so am comes from B. And when we follow a be verb, normally it is what? It can be a noun. Okay, and we can follow it with a pronoun. And we can follow it with an adjective. And some of you may ask, can we follow be with a verb? Yes, we can, but it has to be what? An ing verb, okay? So a participle. Like, for example, I am driving a car. We can say driving, which is a verb, but it has to be verb ing, okay? It's a participle. But here, the two choices, we can see that even B, it's not in the participle form, not in the present participle form, okay? It's not loathing, right? So it is definitely incorrect grammar-wise. It is grammatically wrong. So that's why the correct answer is A, loathe, which is an adjective. It is okay to put an adjective after a be verb. For example, I am happy. See, happy is an adjective. We say I am happy. So in this case, we say I am loath to spend all of this money at once. So loath is the correct answer. But now let's look at the meanings, okay? So for this one, loath means unwilling, okay? Unwilling means what? You don't want to do something. If you are loath to do something, you don't want to do that thing. You are unwilling to do that thing. So in this sentence, I am loath to spend all of this money at once. This means I am unwilling to use all of this money that I have all at the same time. I want to save some and then just spend a little bit. So that's why I'm unwilling or I'm loath to use all this money. Okay, so that's why we choose A. Okay, and B, we can't use it because it's a verb, and we can't use this form of the verb in choice B in this blank. However, I'll tell you the meaning of B. So B, loathe, with the E and a longer pronunciation, so it's kind of like loathe, okay, means hate. If you hate something, you loathe that thing, okay? For example, if you don't like cockroaches, we say, I loathe cockroaches. That's a verb, all right? So to recap, we say loathe, the short one without the E. We use it as an adjective. I'm loath to do something. I don't want to do something. On the other hand, we say loathe, the verb, to show that you hate something, okay? I loathe, with the E, cockroaches. I hate cockroaches, okay? So this is hate. Hate. Okay, so we have loath, which is an adjective, unwilling, and loathe, which is a verb, which means hate. Okay, so anyway, the correct answer here is A. Okay, I loathe to spend all this money at once. Okay. Well, we have now come to our last sentence for today. Thank you to everyone so much for watching, for liking, for loving, and also for participating. You know, this live stream is more fun, more interesting because all of you. Okay, so thank you to everyone for answering all of these questions. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope you have learned new words, all right? And also you have improved your listening skill as well. Okay, so thank you for joining today, and I try to go live as often as I can, so I'll see you very soon. If you have comments, suggestions, questions, just type them in the comments area. And if you want me to teach any particular topic, any particular English skill, please also tell me in the comments. And then, you know, who knows, maybe in a couple of days, we'll be focusing on that topic. Okay, and well, that's all for today. Thank you again for watching. Please take care, and until next time. Okay, goodbye.